Welcome to Kelly's Bar in Mahoney Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio. This is Yards After Contact. With me is owner of Kelly's Bar, co-owner of Kelly's Bar, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, welcome to the show, obviously, here. How was your weekend this past week? Week 3 of the high school football season,
Good, I mean,
week 2 of the college season, and week 1 of the Cleveland Browns pro season.
Well, for all that, for business purposes, it was great.
Yeah,
it was
at Kelly's Bar?
Yeah, it was a busy weekend down here. It's great to be back in football season.
YSU got a win.
Yeah, YSU had a big win. As we were saying, we discovered, which is even better, we were able to get the YSU games on DirecTV now all the way through. So it's like, we're kind of become the spot to watch YSU games. We've been getting bigger crowds. So.
Now, plus you shuttle people there? How does that work?
Yeah, we were doing a shuttle. We didn't this past weekend. It's something we'll start doing this. Well, maybe we got a big bar crawl in association with YSU this coming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But when we did the shuttle, you'd come here. If you spend some money, eat some food, do some things. We'll take you down to the tailgate and bring you back. So
not a bad deal.
It's good, so people don't have to worry about driving, and they also
parking.
Come and spend some money here.
Sure,
so.
good deal.
Yeah.
So were you happy with this weekend? Your Urson boys.
I was from a business.
35. I left at halftime. I never leave at halftime.
From a business perspective, I was very happy this weekend. From a fandom other than YSU, I was pretty disappointed.
Notre Dame took it on the chin.
Yeah, that was a tough loss.
Of course, the Buckeyes lost.
Yeah.
Horrible situation for me.
Yeah. Well, you got to spend. We didn't say it. Happy birthday, Gary.
Yeah,
birthday.
That was my Saturday. Looking forward. It was a
best,
great day up until the game.
It wasn't the best birthday present for you.
No, but it was okay.
Yeah.
And the Browns kind of were okay the next day.
Yeah.
Didn't really expect them to beat the Steelers, but
they're all. You know what? They had a better performance than I thought they would. I was telling some guys down here on Sunday, man, it could have been, the beat down like it was last year, and they were in it till, probably would have had another possession if we don't call some rogue timeouts there, but. Other than that,
High school wise, anything else? Did you anything for you?
I didn't get to see any games this weekend. I wanted to make it to Urson. We got tied up here, but I heard they struggled a little bit. I know Hoban is.
They're good.
Hoban's a very good football team.
Yeah, they're better than I thought they were because I know they lost a lot but they're.
I think you saw them play Mooney, correct?
No, I didn't see the Mooney game.
I talked to some people who saw both and have said that quarterback. For being a freshman. Getting better every week.
Very impressive.
And
talking to Tim Terrell about him before the game.
The kid is going to Cincinnati, number 17, defensive end. I coached against him when he was a sophomore.
He's a good player.
He was a stud then. Now I watched a little film that they're moving him anywhere from inside end to
he got a little bigger too.
And, he's with his speed and his strength.
Good size.
Yeah, it's tough.
I think another kid in the backfield's going to another school. I can't remember. It's not Alabama, like somebody had said, but
yeah, they have a couple DBs, and they just, Timmy Terrell gets after it. He sends exotic blitzes, and it's, we were laughing today, and that scene from Happy Gilmore when you're just like this, where it's coming from, and at the end, that's literally what it's like with their blitzes. It's coming from all over the place.
But it had to be disappointing though, in a way. That schedule's just ridiculous,
well,
Ryan. They're not going to have a chance to make the playoffs.
And Coach Kemp was, he was down here eating lunch with his wife on Saturday.
And he was here last week with us.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. It's really hard with that type of schedule, and it's very hard.
You just got to get in, and they can't get in.
It's very hard to be in a rebuilding with stuff like that because not just staying healthy, but it's confidence. And where do you find your confidence there?
But they have some talent there, Ryan. That's what's disappointing. Joe
it's
Floyd's a great runner. They got a real decent quarterback in Fabry.
Mm-hmm.
Decent.
Yeah.
They got some linemen. They got size.
Jared Fabry's playing probably the best he's played in his 3 years as a starter, and it's just like it's getting overlooked,
Yeah.
But it's just that schedule, and then they just got an off week with Massillon this week, and they got let's take a little trip to Steubenville. It doesn't end.
They need to steal one of these games though, at least to have a chance, because they need secondary points from somebody.
I talked to another
East
one.
isn't going to get them a lot.
Another one today. I talked.
We have Brian Maurer here later with us.
Talked to Coach Perlogo, the defensive coordinator at JFK, and he talked that kid from Girard up. The quarterback. He talked about how tough he was. He showed me some film actually today when I was in his office.
From their game.
From the past game, and there's a play. The linebacker from JFK comes untouched, middle linebacker, and he squares the quarterback up. I mean, hits him right in his chest, and it's just like shakes it off. Throws a 60-yard strike, and it was impressive. So that kid's impressive, and I think one of the things that I saw and he was mentioning is Coach Pearson finally figured it out. He's got, in terms of his defense, how
That's
he's
the head coach of Girard.
how he's going to play it, and it's just he's got speed on the field, and it's making up for it. And it's just they're making plays that way.
Yeah, they were impressive here last week with the group they had here.
Yeah, and he told me they have Crestview this week. So in Crestview, he said they have a MAC tight end, and they have a couple good kids. So that'll be one they got to get. He saw Struthers. He's seen Struthers play, and that Iarusa had a tough injury.
He's out. That's a big deal.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what's crazy about him, and just how, the toughness of him. He's trying to see on film the play he did it, and he tore his. I think he tore his patella, his ACL, all of it, and meniscus. He played 10 plays after the play he got injured on.
Wow.
So that just gives you that toughness.
And anytime you lose the center, that's important. Center quarterback exchange.
Yeah,
you want the center quarterback running back to be solid.
The anchor, the anchor of the line. I always, I learned over my years that having that solid center shores up both A gaps, and those are big things. But that Mitchell kid, he's a stud, and he's getting better every week.
And he looks good too. He looks like he got bigger.
Yeah.
And he looks good.
One of the teams.
I'm a big fan.
I want to see a couple
He's
local
a junior.
teams.
He's a
I'm
junior.
looking forward to seeing. Really like to see Poland. I've heard nothing but good things. Canfield, they're just keeping their.
They're here tonight.
Yeah, Canfield's here tonight. They're getting it done. I think once again, as we keep talking about, East is getting better every week, and they're getting closer.
An injury bug with them a lot.
Coach Morrow's a great coach. Coach Emile coming over from Mooney. Those guys, you get to talk to them later, and I'm interested to see where they're going because it's weird because it's like a rebuilding thing, but it's
You said Coach Morrow. I said Coach Morrow, but we found out talking to him earlier before we went on camera. Bone Marrow. Brian Bone Marrow.
I'm sorry.
It's Vince Marrow.
I knew that because I got the correction. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my interpretation earlier here when
Yeah,
we were talking before the show.
It's a good one.
His nickname was Bone Marrow, so we know it's Marrow, not Morrow.
From what you've seen, what was your assessment of the Ohio State game?
They were bad. Their offense is bad. Disappointed. I expected Oklahoma to play okay, but I saw them losing Mixon, Piron, their wide receiver. I mean, how can you expect to be better? But Baker Mayfield's better, and I think he's good. He's a real good coach.
Are you ready to pull the plug on JT yet?
I'm close.
Yeah.
I really, I know this isn't going to happen, but I see in 2 years Tate Martell is Baker Mayfield.
I mean, listen.
He's a winner, unorthodox.
Yeah.
Wins.
Well, and
we need to extend. We don't extend plays. JT don't extend plays and make things happen.
I watch anything that's football, and I watched that online documentary, like QB1 Under the Lights, where they followed those 3 high school quarterbacks. One of them was Tate Morrell, and one of them was actually that Jake Fromm from Georgia that started for Notre Dame or started against Notre Dame this past weekend. So, Tate Morrell he's got. I see him being exactly what you said, being that guy, because he competes, he runs around, man. And
it'll make something happen out of nothing.
But
JT, I don't know what the problem is.
I'm not an Ohio State fan, but I'm impressed with what I see JT as a leader. So it's unfortunate.
I thought that was going to be enough. But he can't make heads or tails out of the passing game.
To me,
just run the ball. Yeah. Urban said after the game, he's seen 2 teams back up. They're run the ball. Continue to run it. Let JT carry 25. That's the only time they're successful. I hate to say it when he carries 25 times.
Well,
and I don't want to see that.
One of the questions,
but maybe he'll get hurt and then Haskins will come in.
I did want to ask you from what you saw.
I hate to say that.
What you saw on the field was how big was Orlando Brown?
Oh my gosh!
In person.
Yeah, he's a big.
When
fellow.
You look big on TV.
Yeah. His dad was a monster.
Yeah.
And wow, he's big. And he did pretty well. I was trying to watch a little bit of Nick Bosa. It's hard when you're shooting through a lens, unless they really stand out. Then you see him in your lens a lot. But I was trying to focus on
Nick. There's one play I saw, and I think the Hubbard kid is very good.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a play where they're reading him, and he forces Baker Mayfield to pull the ball, and then falls in and makes the play. So, I mean, you know what? It's not. I read that article on ESPN and that they need to panic and Notre Dame needs to panic. You guys, I mean, Notre Dame should a little bit more than Ohio State, I think. But
Yeah, but we're not in a great situation now.
Yeah.
It could be to the point where we could win out and win the Big Ten and still be that fifth team outside of the tournament now, like Oklahoma, because Big 12 is in the equation now.
yeah, and you know what? It's a crazy one I heard the other morning, and I thought about it. When you think about the fact of there's 4 playoff spots, and everything that they put out and disseminate in media is Power 5, Power 5,
Yeah.
Power 5.
Well, it
I mean,
is.
you have a legitimate chance. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's a
not
stretch.
no.
But you can have
No.
Alabama.
Okay.
Okay, look at who
All right,
has to be
Alabama.
Alabama.
Okay, go ahead.
Clemson already got through their game.
Okay.
Especially
yeah,
through
Clemson's
Saturday.
good. They're good.
Okay, now, Oklahoma State or Oklahoma's going undefeated.
Okay. So the one they're in.
Okay, USC already had their tough game. They're going undefeated.
So we're sitting out.
So now,
We could run the table.
what if Penn State runs the table?
Yeah. Well,
So now, I mean, who do you leave out?
that's their problem down the road.
I mean, so that won't
Yeah.
be the. No, it's not going to happen.
I thought you were going to slip in some kind of another conference, the way you said Power
No,
5.
no. It's
That's
not
never gonna
It's
happen.
not going to happen. But that's the thing. Is stuff. I'll tell you. To me, with Oklahoma State, I think I said it last week. They are beyond impressive.
We still don't know yet. We'll still.
We'll see. You know,
we'll
we'll
see.
see when they play. But back to the original reason why we're here: high school football.
Yes.
Who do you plan on going to see this week?
Well, I'm torn right now. I'm a Boardman show. I say at least full
Yeah.
disclosure. My daughter goes there. I like the program. Joe Ignacio's doing some good things. Brian O'Hare is a terrific Michael O'Hare is a terrific quarterback. Jennings is a great pickup. Maurice Picard is a great pickup. Steven Amstutz is making big plays on defense. I don't know if you followed it or not, but
Yeah.
one week he had a torn or fumble out and almost got caught at the goal line. Last week he had another big play on defense where he had a
That
big
game
turnover.
had to be an all-timer last week, from when I'm, the
For
updates
Boardman?
I'm seeing.
Yeah, back and forth at the end, specifically.
And I'll tell you, I'm reading the updates and I'm scrolling down. I don't even know who wins at this point, but I'm like, I'm giving some of the updates I'm reading, and I'm like, okay, Masson scored, took the lead. Wait, Boardman scored. Wait, Masson scored. Wait,
Yeah.
Boardman scored.
And Bournemouth's up 19-0 at one point.
Yeah.
I heard that. I go, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was in the bag by then.
I will say, I went to an 8th grade football game. My business partner's son plays for North Catholic, and the Saints, Youngstown Saints now, and they played Boardman.
I was at that game.
That was the second time I've been
was
to that.
at that 8th grade
Second
game.
time I've been to that stadium.
Love it.
I mean, that facility.
That's
is,
great. People don't know.
Everybody's playing for second with that facility.
That's
I mean,
great. And Ronnie talks about South Range
Yeah.
and their new stadium,
And I would like
which
to
is
see
nice.
it, but you'd be hard pressed to
Oh.
tell me it's going to be better than that. I mean,
Exactly.
Obviously, you have
Maybe it's as good as it,
Mollenkopf,
but it's
you know,
not. Yeah, this is like this is more state of the art.
Yeah,
than
absolutely.
Even Mollenkopf. Mollenkopf's nice too, as well. All these stadiums. Fitch is a nice stadium. I mean, they're nice stadiums, but Boardman just like, wow, you play there. Jennings, a kid from Valley Christian.
Yeah.
It was his first game. I talked to him after the home game. He loved it. I mean, wow.
Speaking
Can you
of,
imagine?
in terms of, Ursuline has Masson this week, so I saw a little bit.
Is that away?
Yeah, it is at Masson.
They got to win.
Yeah, I mean,
It's almost now or
It is
never
a must
for
win,
them.
you know,
Yeah.
and it's
And I don't think
tough
Masson's
to-
the Masson of old either.
No, I watched a little bit, but Harding isn't so much the Harding of all. I mean,
Sure, they're not.
obviously
No,
when
they're
you,
not.
When you lose Lynn,
Yeah,
you're
they're
gonna have a drop off. They have a D tackle, man. I mean, he's a football player.
For Harding?
Yeah, he's a big kid. So, I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting to see where it goes from here. You're coming up. It's that halfway point is getting here as quickly as possible.
So we got South Range. We both in agreement.
Yeah.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
Boardman, solid. Little down on Mooney and Urson now.
Mm-hmm.
Poland up. Gerard up.
Struthers.
Struthers still up. I think they're
with
gonna.
yeah.
I think they're gonna fold.
Yeah.
Just because.
Mhm.
No offense. I'm just trying to be real. Good
You know, and
chances.
Ke- and-
Couple
and-
chances.
And Canfield,
JFK could still come back.
Campfield's gonna be
Canfield.
who's gonna be here today, and they're gonna have. It's crazy if you look at Canfield's numbers. These
Unbelievable,
quarterbacks
the
are,
quarterback.
rushing for an
Yeah.
insane thing, and it just.
Now, see, I'd like to go see them, but they play Lakeside, and I think that's going to be a blowout.
But you
Lakeside's
know what?
3-0.
I mean, they're gonna they still have Poland and Struthers on the
yeah,
schedule.
but I mean, I want to see a game. That's why I'm thinking Boardman Steubenville is going to be about as good as you get.
And I'll tell you this. Let me ask you, where's that game at?
Steubenville.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that. We might be making a road trip then Friday.
Really?
I may be hopping in the car with you then on
Really?
that one.
I mean, that's.
To me, I'd tell you one the thing that's going to still doom some of these schools, and I'll give you Canfield, for example, who I think is.
Now, this is a different Canfield team. This isn't Canfield.
100%. What worries me about Canfield, because they pass the eye test, they're physical, they have some athletes, but is your schedule going to prepare you to beat St. V's, who you lost to twice?
I think they
got
got
2 years in a row. So that that's like, in the past, I think when they went to the state, was it in 6 maybe? 06, and they almost
lost
won
to
it.
Sanzabach.
That year, think about it. They opened up with Rayan, who, you can laugh, but they had guys,
You're going to tell me Canfield's schedule that year?
Listen.
Well, you played. That's when you played.
So they went there. I believe the next week, they played Canton South with the Torrance brothers.
Okay.
And then they played Alliance, who had a kid going to Michigan State and a nose man going to Cincinnati. So it's like, they're, and then by the time you get and play Bishop Watterson, you're like, man, we don't have a kid like, DeVoe or Devon Torrance. This is, and that's the thing that makes the difference. To me, that's why if I'm an area team on the cusp, I'm playing in Urson or Mooney. And maybe you take it on the chin, you get taught a lesson, but at the end of the day, maybe you don't.
I agree. They got a shot. Canfield's got a shot.
Yeah.
Poland's got a shot. South Range is Western Reserve. Are they in? They ain't still in it.
Yeah, I mean,
They got a chance.
they got to wait. We'll see.
They got to get their confidence back after getting plastered a couple weeks ago.
I think they played
Range.
Steubenville Central Catholic last week, so I mean,
That's a good win.
yeah, so that's a big win.
They're
but
back on the winning track.
It's just going to be.
Crestview, I'm hearing, is okay.
Yeah, like I said, I was told today, they got a Mac type tight end, they got a couple big tackles. So there's some players. It's just like we said, high school football. It's a little bit better a year. It's still not there, but look at all these juniors, man, that are gonna be hanging around.
Great.
I mean,
And sophomores.
You're gonna have a lot of you're gonna have a lot of good quarterbacks in our area next year. So Poland being so big, I want to see some of these big physical men.
I want to see Salem play some teams. I think they could be a factor, and I think they will be. But
talk about another
it'd be
facility.
nice to see them play.
Salem's a cool.
It is.
Cool
Riley
facility.
Stadium's nice. They
Yeah,
did they redid the field and the track, and it's beautiful from
That stuff there's cool.
what it was.
You know,
I used to be on WSOM doing the play color for
Yeah.
Salem Quakers in the late '90s, early 2000s,
see,
and they never won.
like I would ask,
Back then.
if I could talk to these South Range guys, I would like to ask, what type of Manchester team was that? First of all,
It's
it
still,
had to be.
It's still a
did I
Manchester.
read-
It's still a
Did
Manchester.
I read that was at South Range?
I don't even know.
Because I didn't think that Akron Manchester played away games. I thought somehow they just
there you
played.
go.
They went 10-0.
Well, then
and
they lose in the playoffs
and
every year to
hosted-
Urson or Mooney.
They beat us. They beat us the last
Oh,
time we
did they?
played them. So but.
So what excites you about the high school season so far? I mean, Urson.
You know what
obviously,
excites
now
me?
Now
Seeing all these big linemen, hearing about these kids that like their line is beating the drum. Seeing that Poland's back, and because of this line, Struthers is around, and that kills me that I Rooster kid. We met him last year. I mean,
Yeah.
what an unbelievable kid, and just that story of the toughness to play. That's good. And I heard this past week he wasn't a down and out. He was on the field coaching kids.
Yeah.
I heard it from multiple different people, and it's just, I mean, that shows you he's a good
Yeah,
kid.
we want to get Strozer, we want to get Rusi in here. And love to get Willie Mitchell in there too.
Yeah.
My God, that he's a monster.
I'm sure
He could help Struthers win single-handedly.
And I wonder
And they
if
got a good
Dan
quarterback.
Reardon's like, come on, come back
Yeah.
to Canton, please.
I thought he was going back. That was the
And
rumor.
talk about a local guy. He's having a solid year too.
Who's that?
Coach
Oh,
Reardon up
McKinley,
down,
3-0.
down in McKinley. So
Yeah, I saw the opener. That
Yeah.
beautiful stadium. Oh my gosh, who wouldn't want to play any state championship?
I wonder
there?
if the other one I'd ask for another local tie would. How bad do you think Tim Terrell wants to play Ignatius again? I mean, he probably wants that one bad.
Well, they won't.
But
They're
at the
not
same-
different divisions.
I'm just saying, they want that one over. But then again, I don't think anybody's ever actually said I want to play Ignatius again. So
I'm surprised Hoban's good again like they are this year.
yeah, I mean, and my business partner went to the game. He brings me back here. He brings me a roster. They got a sophomore who rotates in on the line, 6'7", 315.
And the
Sophomore.
one tackle's going to Michigan. He's a junior,
I mean,
so he's
those, and see, that's the difference between us and those other schools in the we don't breed kids that size like that. I mean, even the kid from Lakeview, that's a unique. That's excuse me, from Lakeview. It's at
It went
Mooney
to-
now.
yeah.
You know, that's a unique size kid. You know, it's just.
Well, Niles had a big kid a couple of years ago that I think he even went to Kentucky, and he's not
And,
even.
I think you got the Matt Jones from Hubbard.
Yeah,
That's
you
at West
get- every
Virginia.
once in a
So I mean,
while we get-
it's just. But I mean, they're all over the place.
And
you
Hubbard's
know?
a young team.
Yeah,
They
you
got a
know,
lot of young talent.
you know, they're competing, but
Yeah,
I
they're
just
not the
think,
Hubbard of old.
yeah, but at some point
They
they're
ran out of
gonna-
Youngstown backs. There's no more
Yeah,
Youngstown backs
At some
on there.
point they're gonna,
No, I don't
and
know.
you know,
Just
what's
kidding.
what's Fitch? You know, you got a kid like
Jakari
Jabari or
Lumpson.
Jakari. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jakari. That you know, he was a guy, and Fitch was supposed to be a solid team, but yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe they could still rescue it. You know, if they get a good,
Yeah.
big win at Harding,
Mm-hmm.
little momentum. They got a couple good schools under it. You
And
never
you-
know, 8-2.
And Harding's got to kick it into gear too.
They
but
do.
you know,
But I think it's Harding's a shell of what they were a year ago.
oh, absolutely, and it's just we'll see. You know, it's really going to be now. It's going to see. But you know, I feel bad for Ursul and Mooney. It's just week in and week out, and you just can't catch your breath. And you know, you come off. Mooney comes off a Hoban game, and they got to go to South. You know, and it's like, what are you going to do? And
Crazy.
you know, Ursul, same idea.
And who's
so,
Mooney got this week?
Yeah, I don't know who Mooney has this week. To
Well,
be
you
honest,
probably
I
do,
think-
but
yeah.
Well,
We'll recap. We'll talk about the Mooney game at the end of the show.
they need a win. They need to
Yeah,
get back
heck
on
yeah.
track. So,
Absolutely.
And they got Boardman out the following week
Is
at
that
Boardman.
game at Boardman?
At Boardman. Recommend that highly. That
We'll
was their
see
opener
if,
2 years ago when that stadium opened.
Yeah.
Mooney Boardman.
Well, and you know, for Boardman, what a tough time.
And Mooney
because,
beat Boardman at Boardman, and Boardman beat
so
Mooney
they're
at
gonna have to
YSU.
go bang it up with Steubenville. But hey, here I'll tell you what gives Steubenville a little bit of trouble is a guy quarterback who can run. So with
Ran and
Ahura,
throw.
you know, he's a tough kid, and we'll see. But
Well, we're going to talk to some Canfield guys, some East guys, and maybe another team. We're waiting on a confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of hard this time of year to get some of these coaches and players here after they got board meeting. I mean, they got films with parents and
yeah,
booster meetings. I mean, those kind of
but
things. And
but you know, we thank the coaches that come here.
Sure.
And they do. But and even just sending the kids and getting
Yeah.
the kids, you know.
and even talking with like Brian Marrow before the show, even as
Yeah.
you know, you get to catch up on with guys that you know, you maybe I had the chance of playing when he played back, and he graduated in '80.
Yeah.
I was in '82,
Mhm.
and boy, we were talking, you know, reminiscing about. City
I'm sure
Series
you used to
football.
beat him in a race and
I
stuff
don't know,
back
I
then
don't
when you
know,
were.
whatever.
I think you ran the 100
Yeah,
against them, right?
Yeah, whatever. But we're gonna be we'll be back with more from coaches, players, and even Ron Patessa's on the docket tonight again. He's our special guest later
I
in
think
the
I
show.
just saw him limping
Yeah.
here. So
So he's having a hard time, but the
Yeah.
Indians he's rooting on 20 in a row. I think hopefully I'll
that's
shout
what we're
tonight.
going for.
But
so.
it's Tuesday and we're taping this. So
Yep.
we'll be back with more Yards After Contact from Kelly's Bar, Mahoney Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio. Welcome back to Kelly's Bar on Mahoney Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio. This is Yards After Contact. Special guest here from the Canfield Cardinals. Gentlemen, congratulations on the start of your season, 3-0 to begin the year. Let's have you introduce yourself first, position-wise, and say your name.
Vinny Fiorenza, quarterback.
Dominic Gelonese, outside linebacker.
Angelo Petracci, fullback, middle linebacker.
Guys, what's the secret? I mean, I know you're piling up the yards as a quarterback, both running and throwing. Is this something different? And what's going on in Canfield right now?
No, it's basically the same offense. Just the offensive line's looking really good this year, and they're putting in the effort every day to get better.
Tell me about that first game of the season for you. Who was it against, and how many yards you get? Tell everybody.
Against Louisville, 365 yards rushing, one rushing touchdown. No, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 115 yards passing, and 1 passing touchdown.
115 yards passing.
Yeah.
Canfield. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
Now, were you the quarterback coming in, or was there a battle, or what's your situation?
There was a battle in the offseason between me and Max Dawson.
In what year is he?
He's a junior.
Junior. And what made you pull away, you think?
Just working harder in the offseason.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you a leader by chance? We know we talked about this earlier. How would you classify your leadership role on the team?
Definitely leading by example. Vocally, I got to work on that a little bit.
Do you yell a little bit on the field at all, or you just
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
What's your secret? You know, I mean, were you expecting to have a year like this so far?
I wasn't expecting it to be this great, but the holes were there every game, and no line opened them up for me.
Were these mainly running plays, or were you improvising, or what would you say?
They were mainly running plays.
So you knew what was coming, and you.
Yeah.
And so how does it feel when you get those kind of? I mean, we talked earlier about your Canfield team about 3 years ago against Niles. The quarterback had like 500 yards in the game. I was at that game too. Craziness.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What's your secret? You think? Just you talked about your line, but want to give a shout out to any of your guys up front?
Just Jarrett Tincher, Anthony Carano's solid too. Hannaford, he worked really hard in the off season. He went in every morning and ran on the treadmill.
Is that the center?
School. Yeah. He ran in every morning on the treadmill before school for like an hour, hour and a half, and he lost 35 pounds over the off season. So he's been working really hard.
And he ended up being your center.
Yeah. And our left guard, Dan Capalco's solid, and our left tackle, Mike Dudash, he got hurt last week. And Kyle Wills or Tyler Stein has to step up.
So you got a good line. You're happy
Yeah.
with your line.
Yeah.
Receivers as well.
Oh, Matt Zaremski, he's got great hands.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dropped a pass except for one against Chardon. That was it. And we definitely have speed on the outside.
Yeah. The fact you have a fullback too, that's
Yeah.
that's a dying breed in there.
Yeah.
Is he a blocker? Is he a runner? What do you classify?
Blocker.
Angela,
Yeah.
strictly blocking.
Yeah.
They feed him a bone every once in a while, or no?
Once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 carries maybe on the year.
Probably.
So how fun is it right
Oh,
now?
it's awesome. It's really fun.
Were you guys expecting? Have you played together long? Is this kind of what you've been dreaming about?
Yeah, we've been playing forever with each other.
Now, the past, it's been a while since Canfield, Dane Sanzenbacher, and Toledo Central Catholic, they were in the state about 10 years ago, maybe roughly, or something like that. You guys have those kind of ideas in mind right now?
Yeah, it's definitely our goal, yeah.
Yeah? How's it feel for you? You're on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the defense at Canfield.
Our defense is real strong. We got a good defense line. Everyone's solid. We only lost 2 guys last year, so everyone's back. We had 2 D linemen step in, so we're solid. We've been together since we were little, so we're all mostly same grade, so we've stuck together forever. So once play goes bad, we always are picking each other up. No one's yelling at anybody or anything like that.
Are you guys playing as good as you thought you were going to be,
Oh,
or
yeah.
over your heads, or what? I mean,
Yeah.
how would you say?
Oh, I had
defensively?
a good feeling we were going to be like this.
Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the secret? What's making you guys play well?